In the latest episode of Family Guy, Peter discovers a rare G.I. Joe inside of him that is worth a fortune, but the money quickly tears the guy's friendship apart. Meanwhile, Brian finds out he likes cats until he mauls one and tries to cover it up. So, was this a good episode or yet another disappointment in an already inconsistent season? Let's get into it. So after a few weeks of dropping 2 episodes in one day, they finally go back to just 1. Which is honestly great for me because reviewing 2 episodes and editing them in just a few hours is brutal. So episode 12 is entitled Lower G.I. Joe, and it starts with Peter waiting on Dr. Hartman for a physical, but a nurse explains that he's running late because he's playing rock band.
Sorry, I was with a very sick patient.
You're still wearing the guitar.
Personally, this joke would have landed a lot better if they hadn't explained it. Like, don't tell us, just show us.
Definitely not playing Rock Band through the paper-thin walls of his office right now.
They should have let the reveal of him wearing the guitar speak for itself. It's a problem that this show repeats a lot. Hartman then tries to gauge Peter's age by asking if he recognizes anything in Spotify's top 10.
It's time I schedule you for your first colonoscopy.
And hey, I don't really recognize any music in the Spotify charts either, so maybe I'm old too. Later on, Peter brings up the topic of colonoscopies with the guys, and they all admit that they've been avoiding having the procedure out of fear. So to make it less daunting, Quagmire suggests renting a cabin for the night and then doing it together. They do just that, and to get the party pooping started, Joe prepares a diarrhea playlist, and Quagmire whips up a few themed cocktails. And these names did get a good chuckle out of me, because you had Bum and Coke, Pina Colonada, Gin and Deuce, and Coiler Maker. Which got me thinking of my own colonoscopy cocktail names. So, a Runs and Tonic anyone? Perhaps a Poop Star Martini, or how about a Diarrhea? I don't know about the last one. Anyway, crappy puns aside, these drinks make the guys blast their guts out. The next day, after they've had their colonoscopies, Hartman tells Peter that he found something lodged inside of him.
My childhood G.I. Joe!
When a disgusted Quagmire questions Peter on how it ended up inside of him, Peter then fires this right back at him.
Are we gonna play the How Did Objects Get Inside of You game? Withdrawn.
And now we're gonna play a game of naming all the things that Quagmire has had stuffed up his arse. So, in Season 5's Barely Legal, when Peter performs a cavity search on Quagmire, he pulls out a cell phone, doorknob, block of cheese, toy car, a live fish, a DVD of Good Burger, a xylophone, and a stick. But that's not all, because in Season 11, it's revealed that he's been keeping a rodent inside of him.
Oh, you scared him out the front! Tony, come back!
He also admitted to stuffing carrots up his backside to keep his youthful appearance. And that's still not the last of it, because in Season 16, he once stuffed a gerbil up in there. So therefore, Quagmire is the last person who should be judging anyone for what's hiding inside of their colon. Anyway, it turns out that the figure is worth $100,000. Peter is thrilled until the lads insist that they should split the money.
What do you mean, we're splitting it?
Yeah, we each get a share of that.
And man, this bit pissed me off. The idea that they feel entitled to a share of it is ridiculous. After all, it is Peter's toy and it came out of him. Their argument that he wouldn't have found it without them going together is full of crap too. What's worse is that this episode frames them as being right and Peter as selfish. At first, Lois wants Peter to make things right with his friends, right up until she hears just how much the G.I. Joe is worth. The guys then serve Peter with papers to attend an arbitration, and here we get the return of Brick Baker, who first appeared in Season 20's Lawyer Guy. Honestly, I can take or leave this character. I find him a little annoying. Chris represents Peter and actually makes a solid point about the guys not being interested in the other stuff that came out of his butt. Shepard agrees and gives the win to Peter. And during the whole scene, I just kept wondering why the high school principal was acting as a judge. The show already has a judge character who could have filled this role easily. It just feels like they keep forcing Shepard into episodes, even when he doesn't fit. Look, Shepard will never be as funny or dynamic as Principal Lewis. Stop trying to make Shepard happen, it's not going to happen. After this, Peter bumps into someone representing a Chris Christie auction house. And I've said this before, but the Family Guy writers are absolutely obsessed with making jokes about this former New Jersey governor. I don't even like the guy, but okay, we get it, he's overweight. Get a new joke already. So the auction begins and the bidding climbs all the way to $100,000, but then Peter sees just how upset his friends are, which leads to him reminiscing about their cabin trip, all soundtracked by Torn by Natalie Imbruglia. And I think they did miss a trick here by not playing with the lyrics here. Like, instead of cold and I am ashamed lying naked on the floor, you could have had colon and I am ashamed. I bring this up because Modern Simpsons actually has a lot of fun parodying songs recently, sometimes even bringing in the original singer.
Everybody Kirks.
Not a big deal, but I just thought it might be a bit funnier. Anyway, to fix things with his friends, Peter just eats the G.I. Joe figure. And at this point, I literally said out loud, why didn't you just split the money 4 ways? Which, to be fair, Lois also points out. The episode ends with the guys talking about how the cabin owner made them send in their own cleaner, which then leads to the funniest joke in the entire episode, where Consuela literally just dumps the entire cabin in the trash. Overall, this A-plot was just frustrating. The idea that Joe, Quagmire and Cleveland thought they had any real claim to the figure was just ridiculous. And I hated how they guilt-tripped Peter into giving it up. I also didn't think there were many good jokes here at all. But is the B-plot any better? So Stewie tells Brian he's going on a field trip to the animal shelter, and Brian wants to tag along so he can tell the other dogs all about his triumphant story. To which Stewie reminds him that he was picked up on the street.
You were picked up on the side of the road like a runaway hooker.
Now, how the Griffins met Brian is all over the place. Originally in a season 1 flashback, he was a homeless adult cleaning car windows when he met Peter, who then invited him home for dinner. It was actually kind of sweet and showed a level of kindness that modern Peter just doesn't seem to have anymore. But then season 7 retconned this, showing that the Griffins had him since he was a puppy. This gets backed up again in season 22, where Brian talks about the trauma of his first bath. But then in season 19, it throws another wrench in by revealing that he had a completely different family before the Griffins. But anyway, convoluted backstories aside, Brian accompanies Stewie to a shelter and tries to give a rousing speech.
Everyone moved on to the cat section 3 seconds into whatever that was.
Brian's pissed that there's a cat section. That is until this cute little kitten jumps on him and snuggles into his fur. I thought this was really setting up a story where Brian becomes a cat person, or cat dog. His hatred of cats goes way back. He literally got Quagmire's cat cafe shut down and once even put a hit out on his cat. So this felt like it could have gone somewhere interesting, but instead, this happens.
What are you doing? You're going to kill him! Drop it!
I found this really shocking and uncomfortable. They've done this joke, if you can call it that, a few times with Brian already. Like when he mauled Stewie's adorable pet squirrel. And I get that's what some dogs do, but it's just unpleasant and not very funny. So they try to cover it up, thinking that they've gotten away with it, until Mayor Wild West announces that his kitten is missing, which just so happens to be the one that Brian killed. To fix things, they decide to replace the kitten. So they visit someone who has an absurd amount of cats, the lonely librarian. So while Stewie distracts her by reorganizing her Tinder profile, Brian sneaks in to find a lookalike. They bring the replacement to the mayor, only for Brian to immediately maul that one too. But then it's revealed that West's kitten was alive the entire time and was just playing possum. Oh, and the other kitten survived as well because it watched the mayor's online course. Okay, sure, whatever. As for Brian's punishment, West gives him 6 very bad boys. To be honest, this whole subplot just felt completely pointless. Brian discovers he likes cats, immediately kills one, replaces it, kills another one, and then turns out that none of it mattered anyway. Yeah, really riveting stuff. And I wouldn't mind if it was funny, but I didn't laugh once. Overall, a really bland and forgettable episode, and easily the worst of the season so far, so therefore, 2 out of 5 stars. But what do you think of this episode? Did you like it? Let's chat in the comments.